Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Stoneblock 3. We have some friends here, including that guy, which we'll get to in just a second. But last time we were making a bunch of random things. We made the auto hammer, found out that the gold level auto hammer does not break down compressed blocks. We're going to upgrade that and see if that works. Made a gold furnace, and we were starting to work towards well, we made deployers and a press. I've set those up. That is a complete mess. Don't worry about it. Basically, we did a bunch of things so that we can potentially start getting close to refined storage. That is the idea anyways, because I want to start getting a better system of storing all of our items. We had some animals decide to spawn in, so let's deal with these guys for a second. I think what we'll do, the chicken, you know what, we're just going to put them in holes. I'm going to put them all in a hole. And do I have any ladders or anything? No, of course not. Just break this. Chicken, come here. Let's just put that there. Grab the wheat, that will get the sheep. We'll deal with them being in the pens and all that kind of stuff later. But for right now, I just want to get these guys somewhere out of the way and safe. All right, and pigs, we need carrots. Should have some carrots in here. Perfect. There are 2 pigs. One is over here. Make sure we get both of them. And I don't want to have to deal with like trying to get animals later, so we'll just get them now. And I'll do something about them at some point. I don't know when, but the villager, the wandering trader, has something that I want: the Nautilus shell. So I was actually looking into stuff, and I don't remember why. It has a bunch of player heads. Podzol doesn't matter. Cabbage seeds. Can we get cabbage seeds easily? Wild cabbage. No. Okay, so let's see how many emeralds I have. The Nautilus shell I saw was something that is intriguing. I don't remember what it does, but it is something that we kind of want to grab. We're also gonna grab a cabbage. Cool. A cabbage seed, and then the Nautilus shell. All right. And then we get rid of him because I don't like the guy. I don't like the wandering trader. Oh, the temporal pouch, which is a really, really good thing. It's basically a time in a bottle. It allows us to speed up things. We just have it in our inventory. It will gather time over time that we can then use to speed up things. It's a super, super powerful item. I didn't use it all that much in Stoneblock 2, but I used it a lot in Stoneblock 1. I guess I did use the similar things. No, I used it a lot in Stoneblock 2. I didn't use it much in Universal IO, or Universe IO. So, what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to eat this carrot. What I want to do is I want to start working towards actually getting refined storage up and running. There's a few other things that I want to get done. I made 2 more deployers, and I have this whole setup. This is solely so that we can try to make the different parts for refined storage, which I need to bring back in here. So refined storage, if we want to make like any of the processors, we need to have the recipe sequence, and I just set this up so it will be nice and easy to do. And I've got the mechanical press there if we need it. But I also want to upgrade this guy. This guy is not bad. It works pretty well, but if we can improve it, and I have some ideas about using the auto hammer and cobblegen. And for that, we're going to want to get item pipes. So we're going to need a good bit of redstone and iron. The iron is not a problem. Redstone is not the most plentiful right now. I only have one redstone, so we're not going to be able to do that until I get more. So luckily we do have a bit of stuff, and by stuff I mean dust. So what we're going to do is get this going. We're going to start working towards refined storage. Now, refined storage, we need two different things. And I looked in my inventory, and we do have a magmator. Magmator? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. From Power. And we're going to want some sort of power storage, which I have saved up here. The Energy Cell Basic is, I think, what we're going to go with. We're going to need basic capacitors, dielectric paste, which we can actually make, even though we don't have blaze powder, we can use lava instead. So that is what we are going to do. Do I have any more buckets? I can't remember. I do have another water bucket. Let's go ahead and dump the water somewhere. And we're going to... Okay, this water bucket doesn't want to... let's just put it there and kill the water. Perfect. Okay, so we can grab some lava. Oh, it just... I understand what happened now. I had two water buckets in my inventory, and when I used one, it switched them. That was very unintuitive. So if we want to make this power storage, this energy cell, we are going to need some dielectric paste, which is some clay, some coal, and the lava, which is not terrible to do. I've got plenty of coal, and then 2 clay, I do believe. We have a little bit more redstone. That should be enough. So let's go ahead and get this going. So we'll get the dielectric paste. And it will make 24, which is not too bad. We can make lava pretty easily. And that is a good bit to get started with. Now, for anything else, we are going to need a block of redstone. We're going to need these dielectric rods, which is pretty simple. Just some iron bars and the dielectric paste. And then we should be able to make the casing. Gotta turn 2 of them sideways. So the casing is probably the most tedious part, but we're gonna need to get more dust. So before we do anything else, this is done. Let's go ahead and my inventory is way too full. We'll put those in there. We don't need those right now. We do have redstone flux cell frames, which we can make into an energy cell with just some gold, redstone, and cured rubber. That is something we don't have. So never mind on that. Let's go ahead and upgrade this gold auto hammer. That does not keep items in it. The other ones do. Okay. So we'll do it here. So the gold auto hammer is going to be something like this to get to the diamond level. And 2 redstone. Starting to really dig into my redstone supplies. We're going to need a piece of gold, and we're going to need some diamonds. And I'm hoping the gold level will be able to crush just basic compressed materials, compressed stone, compressed gravel, all that kind of fun stuff, just because it'll be a lot easier to deal with. But we can make the diamond hammer and just dump those in there for now. This will be enough for getting the diamond auto hammer. So this is where we place it down, and let's take some dirt. And we'll go ahead and compress it. And this should make it a little bit faster. So if we put it there, it takes it, and it's making a bunch of sand. Perfect. So compressed stuff works perfectly with this, which means I can start doing some fun things with this. So let's just get a little bit of sand, and we will compress the sand and throw it in there, and this will be pretty quick. So kind of the plan that we're going to do is we're going to use these auto hammers for processing cobblestone into everything we need. Now we might want to, at some point, I don't know if we're going to want to do this yet. Do we have, we do have flux networks, which is good. This is wireless energy and is really, really powerful. That is something we're going to want to make at some point, but to get flux dust is going to be a bit of a pain unless we do it with a metallurgic infuser, which we can't quite get. We need to get osmium for that, and to get osmium we need to set up the crushing wheels and do all that. So that is going to be another time type of thing. But let's go ahead. So we have the diamond auto hammer. To upgrade it further, we need 2 pieces of netherite. I don't know how to get netherite yet in this mod pack, so we're not going to worry about it. So we want the item pipes. This is... wow, we have exactly enough. Stop giving me sticks. This game sometimes. So 2 droppers, piece of redstone, and some iron will give us item pipes. That is how we're going to transfer things. Because item pipes have the ability to do round robin, and we're going to take advantage of that for the auto hammer. For now, I think what I'm going to do is, let's see, do we have, you know, we can just cannibalize one of these. We're going to take an oak drawer, and we're going to set up an auto hammer system that is going to hopefully do some really good stuff for us. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get the pipe wrench. To get the pipe wrench, we need brass rods. To get brass rods, we need a rolling machine, rolling mill. And so this thing is pretty simple to make. It's just some andesite casings. So let's get this stuff going. We'll get back to the power stuff in a second, but it's just going to take a bunch of andesite alloy and... was it like this? No, it's only one of these. Oh well. We'll throw that in there. So we need 2 shafts and then 2 iron sheets, which we can just put on there. That will get done in a moment. I don't think I had any iron sheets anywhere else. I do have some loot crates as well. We'll get to those if I... let's put them in the inventory so I don't forget about them. My inventory is an absolute mess. We don't need those. So, with the iron plates, we can make this mill, rolling mill, and where do we want to put this? I guess we can... we're just going to do it manually. So, I guess we can put it here. Nope, overstressed. Are you going to be overstressed if we just put it right there? No, perfect. So to use that, we just need to grab some brass rods, so some brass ingots rather. The question is, do I have any on hand? I do. Alright, so we're going to take that, and then the flint we can get pretty easily. So to use this, we need to, I believe it said, to place these on top. And once it says, oh, it already has, it makes 2. I didn't realize that. I would have saved a piece of brass, but 2 of those. Do we have any flint in here? We do. Just dump the stick. Inventory management is not great. Did I not grab the flint? There was 7 flint in there. No, I didn't actually grab the flint. Okay. So we do this, and we'll get the pipe wrench. And that is not only a quest, but what is important for what we were just doing. So here is how things are gonna work. Let's go ahead and pick this up for a second. And I've died to another slime, by the way. I go AFK sometimes, and this time the slime got me. So if we put this here, we're gonna want an item pipe to go into it, and we can grab, I have a cobblestone generator, pretty high tier, that is going to go right here. That is really bright. So what we can do is transferring 4 items every 20 ticks. I gotta figure out how this works. So the pipes mod should allow us to... Do we need one of the... We probably need a pipe upgrade, so we're gonna need more redstone. Luckily there is quite a bit now. And let's grab some iron nuggets. Let's make a pipe upgrade, because I just want to see... That was a quest, apparently. I haven't been looking at these. So yeah, the pipes and the pipe upgrade. So this makes things work faster. The question, though... Oh, if I just right-click it, I can do things. So if we put an upgrade, we can get redstone mode. So we're going to need a higher upgrade. Please tell me... Okay, they are incremental. At a certain point, we can make different round robins and whatnot. And so kind of the plan is this. We're going to set up a system where we're going to feed the items we get back into the hammer. And so we might want another auto hammer to just get cobblestone into gravel. And then... Actually, we might just want a bunch of auto hammers. That might be the better method. And if that's the case, we're going to use compressed stuff. So let's grab this real quick. This is something I'm going to set up later, because there's a lot of reasons to set this up later. More than anything, just so that I can kind of play around with... Once we know where items are going to go, it's going to be a lot simpler to do a lot more stuff. I want to see if double compress can be used by the diamond tier. And then let's go ahead and just do this. And that will transfer gravel into here. And the input and all that kind of stuff. So once that's done, we'll see. So let's go ahead and make the energy cell. We need to have power for our refined storage system, which we're going to get to. Promise. But we need to make the energy cell first. And to do that, we need capacitors. And that is going to be pretty simple. Now, we can't make any higher tiers than just basic right now. That is the wrong recipe. And the reason for that is if we want to make an upgraded tier, we need energized steel, which requires energizing orb and rods, and it's a lot of stuff. That, I think, actually worked. let's go get another piece of double compressed cobblestone and just make sure that it did work. Because that will make things easier for me. So we'll set up a system at some point in the nearest future. There's a few other things that we're going to want. So, yeah, that's the right number. Okay, cool. So we can use double compressed cobblestone. That gives us 81 cobblestone, and there is easy ways to kind of deal with that. But knowing that we can use a diamond hammer and have compressed stuff, that's really good. Okay, so we have an energy cell, a basic one. We have a mag mortar starter, which I believe requires lava to work, so we'll have to make more lava. I gotta remember how to. It's been a little bit. I know it's these things. So does it consume? Yes. But that will make power. Cool. So we could do that a couple times. And at some point I will get a better way to make lava. But that is power generation. Fairly basic for now. We can do better things later, and we will. But let's go ahead and open these. We have 3 common loot crates. All kind of not great things. Not terrible. A bunch of eggs is actually really nice. And then 3 uncommon. Quartz is nice. A grenade. We'll use that later. And a slime sling. Not terribly useful, but the nether quartz is really nice. Okay. So, in order to get a very basic refined storage system up and running, we're going to need a controller. So this controller is kind of the main thing. We need an advanced processor, which we will get in a moment. Let's go ahead and put that away. So there is an advanced processor. We are going to need a machine casing, which is just a piece of stone surrounded by quartz and iron, aka let's use actual stone. This is quartz enriched iron. Kind of the important part of everything with refined storage. And then we're going to need 4 more. So another recipe worth. And it's strangely shaped. And then 3 silicon. And that will give us the controller. So that is a key point of refined storage. Let's go ahead and complete some of these quests. So we got a singularity tank. We've gotten one of those before. We got a personal shrinking device, which is half of that quest. Let's see, power, we made the energy cell, so we'll get a vile sword. Soul shards. Oh, that's in this? That's a blast from the past. This is a very old mod, and I don't know what the form is to make the soul shard, but this is basically a way you can use soul shards and power them up, and then a soul cage with corrupted ingots, which requires corrupted essence. That's not terrible. Vile dust. That is easy. Basically, it's a way to get mob farms. You can make your own spawners that are very overpowered, and that's the big thing with it. So that has power. Not sure how long this is gonna last, so we're actually gonna break this, and I'm glad that it kept the power. We're gonna put it a little bit to the side. It shouldn't be using any power because it's not hooked up to anything, but it will be eventually. So with the I have some more chests. Let's just put down some more chests so I can get things out of my inventory. So let's just dump everything off that we don't currently need. Alright. So with the controller, we're going to need a way to view the things that are in the system. And to do that, we're going to make a crafting grid. Now, crafting grid requires an advanced processor, crafting table, and a grid, which requires construction destruction cores, which is basic processors. So we need 2 basics, 2 improved, and 1 advanced. Now, the basics are just iron. So we're going to need 2 iron with redstone, silicon, and processor binding. So let's grab our silicon, whatever. And these things are going to be kind of a pain. So the whole point of all of this is we can put processor binding here, and it has 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only need 5. So let's take this, and we will put 5 of those, and then I believe the next tier is silicon. And when we have this set up, we will have it automatic. So silicon goes there, and then 5 redstone in that one, and then we should be able to put 2 iron. We are going to need a diamond and some gold. And I might need to, so it should be using the items on everything, and it should work just fine. So that is processing. And like I said, we'll eventually have it so that, let's see, we need a piece of gold, 2 gold, and a diamond. We'll eventually have it so that the deployers are fed automatically, and it looks nice. This was just to get it up and running so that we can do exactly this. So that is going to make everything we need for that. So the crafting grid, we're going to need that. And you can hear it like breaking when it uses the last item. But there's all the processors that we need for this thing. Loopy, I'm not going to bother. So let's go ahead and get these cooking up. In the meantime, we are also going to need 3 glass and a bunch more quartz. So that should be enough. Do we have any glass? I don't believe so. So we'll go ahead and just cook up 3 glass as well. And then for the destruction and construction cores, we need glowstone and quartz. So we are going to be running a little bit low on quartz in a moment, but we'll get there. So I guess we can go ahead and make the machine casing. We need more iron. I know I have more iron, don't I? Do I have any more iron in here? I have plenty of iron ore, but none of it is cooked. We're going to need the glowstone. And I do have a bunch of iron nuggets, so we'll use that for now. Crafting stations are not as good as normal crafting benches, other than they will hold the items, which is kind of nice. So let's get the last bit of quartz-enriched iron we can make right now. We'll get the glass in a moment. So there's the destruction core, the construction core, and then once we have this, we will be able to have a grid, which will allow us to view our items. Now, there is a problem. We don't have a way to store our items. There's 2 things that we can make, and the big thing that we're going to want is not actually any sort of actual storage. So there is the crafting grid. So we can put this here, and if we look at it, nothing's happening. Now this is going to use 4 RF per tick, so we can just turn it off for right now. No reason to use it, but there's a couple things. So storage controller, can we make those now? We can. So that is going to be important. I don't know that we can right now because of other reasons, namely, I don't know how much more quartz. We have a good bit of quartz. Okay, so we might do that. But the more important thing than having actual storage is going to be having this thing, the external storage, which requires not that much. It does require a cable, so that might actually be the hardest part for us right now, and that's mostly just because of iron. So let's go ahead and cook up some iron. We can make one more of these quartz, and cables require what in the center? It is 2 glass. Let's just forget about that for a second. So we're gonna need 2 glass for that. Let's keep the sand on us, and I'm just gonna cook that stuff in there. So we're gonna need, let's see, 2 more of all the stuff. We're gonna need more processor binders, which is just slime and string, which is nice and easy. I'm gonna make a bunch of that. So we need just 3 of these, 3 of that, and 3 of this. Let's get our deployers set up so that we can make this. So binder, silicon, redstone, 2 of those, 1 of those, and then we just make the cable. We have the 2 glass. We should be able to just make cable. Cable is what you use to connect all of your stuff, but the external storage is what's really important. I do have 2 chests. I only have 1 chest. Alright, we can make another chest. That is easy enough. Alright, so there is that. And then we need 3 of these quartz enriched iron, and then the destruction and construction core. So I think we have everything, and this is going to make the external storage. So what this is useless to us right now. I'll be blunt, it's completely useless. However, once we get a couple more things together, it'll be a lot more useful. Namely, if we can get this storage controller, which requires 2 drawers, which we'll have to make, or we can just cannibalize. Let's just cannibalize for right now. And what it does is, if we make a, there's a few other things that we're going to need to make. I realize, so I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but we'll go ahead and make the external storage because it is useful, and that should be everything we need for it. So that is, what other quests does it want for our storage? Make a grid. I did that. Why is that not like lit up? Oh, because it wants us to make a disk drive first. Hopefully it remembers that I made the grid. I think we'll have to make another grid at some point, but for demonstrations purposes, we can, let's just grab a drawer. Why not? This episode's getting a little long, so we're gonna quickly wrap things up. But if we turn this back on, we are now with an external storage connected to a drawer. If we put redstone in there, we can see the redstone, and you can see it like exiting the drawer. So that's what we're going to do, but instead of, save power for right now, instead of connecting to a chest or something, we're going to make a drawer controller. This thing, which requires a good bit of redstone and quartz. So 2 blocks of quartz is probably the most expensive thing, and then a redstone comparator. So I have some sticks. Let's go ahead and just use these. And we should be able to make the comparator now. And then can we make this? We need 1 more block of stone. Let's just grab the andesite. We can always get more andesite. That is easy enough. And that makes the drawer controller, the storage controller. And this, if we have it, let's say, like, I don't know, somewhere over here, we can eventually hook it up to our drawer storage system and then hook that up to our crafting grid, and everything will be great. So we're going to need to make a couple things. We're going to need to make a disk drive. We're going to need to make a storage part. And we're going to need to make a linking tool and preferably a configuration tool. Now these are not terrible, but they do require diamond and emerald. Easy enough. In fact, we can go ahead and make those. And let's just go ahead and grab 2 more of these. I don't know that it has to be connected, but I do like it to be. So diamond, emerald. I believe the other thing we needed was paper, which we can make plenty of. So let's see, we need some paper, and then we can get the linking tool, and we need a little bit more paper to get the configuration tool. And so that one was a quest. It gives us ender drawers, which is cool sounding. I can guess what those do. Probably they link to each other. Don't know how useful that's going to be for what we're going to do, but you never know. But the linking tool allows us to link all of these to the controller, and the configuration tool, we can show hide amounts, so you can see the numbers disappear on that. We can show hide the item renders, upgrades. We don't have any upgrades, but the most important thing is locking. So now, if I put in, let's put in some iron there. Now, if I take out all 6 iron, there is no more iron in there. But what we can do is we can double click on that, and now iron goes in there. All of our iron in our inventory. So now we have storage. So linking tool, very important. Configuration tool, almost more important. You have to unlock it to get rid of the item. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have a system. I'm going to fill out these drawers. We're going to get probably more compacting drawers. There is a couple items that we'll want to do that with. And basically, this is going to be where we have our refined storage system. And it's going to be connected to the storage controller. And I'm probably going to run cables through this wall so that we can have our grid right here. Just so it's in the main room so we can see it easily. And yeah, that is good progress. So I am going to end the episode off here. I'm going to play around with the idea of diamond hammers, and I think what we need to do is we need to figure out a good way to get constant power, reliable power, and we're going to work a little bit more with refined storage. We're going to make, I want to see what quest it wants us to do. So it does make us an item disk. Doesn't matter which type. That is good, because I always skip to the 4K. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just make a 4K storage disk. That's a good, like, basic level. And so next time we're going to do that, and we are going to, I don't know. We'll get into something else. I want to continue working on automation. I want to, the other thing we're going to want with the refined storage system is an interface, I do believe. or we could even just use an importer. That might be easier. But basically what those do is they allow you to put items into the system automatically. So we'll have a conveyor belt that goes to a funnel, that goes to a chest, or we'll see if it works. I'll have to see if the funnels from Create interact with the interface, because that could be a way of automatically just entering items. And we'll set up kind of our automated systems for washing and millstone and all that kind of stuff in the near future. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We have a refined storage system technically now. It's not very good, but it will get better very soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!